this is one of the most exciting things I've bought for a long time. So let's get it open and have a look. I might be giving you a clue as to what these are by being really careful here. Opening them. No knives, just a nice sort of blunt pair of scissors will do. There we go. Let's have a look. In here are 2 new sails. This one is the biggie. So this one, oh, is that the big one? Yeah, it looks quite big. That's the big one. Looks like a mainsail. This one is a tiddler, and it's a new mizzen. What we'll do, I'll try and show you as much as I can on these sails now, but I'm not going to undo them just yet. We'll wait till we get down to the boat. But I've actually, I've been forced to buy the mainsail because the main on Lulu is just getting a little bit worn. The price reflected that. We've had 2 really good seasons out of her, and you know, every time I look at that sail, there's a new little hole appears. There's a tiny rip. One of the eyelets has ripped. One of the new eyelets I kind of put in has ripped even more. You know, and you feel the sail, it's quite thin. It's just time. The mizzen has a lot of UV damage on it. It's not actually in such bad condition, the mizzen isn't, but it is... The mizzen sail doesn't cost so much. It's the mainsail. If you have them both together, R&J Sales gave me my little 3-sail discount for having the jib 2 years ago. So, you know, we went for a whole full set. All these sails are going to match now. So, you know, if there's one thing you've got to have on a boat is decent sails. Now, these are, let's try and get the mizzen sail out. I'm just a little concerned. My floor isn't the cleanest it could be, but I don't think I've got anything nasty, you know, like screws and whatnot on the floor. The first thing you'll notice is, oh my God, they're like, I mean, the strength and thickness of these compared to the old ones is just night and day. Actually, I didn't realise they come with the rope to tie them off. This is the main. Now the jib is mitre cut. So, quite big on, this is the mizzen. The jib is mitre cut. So the mizzen is also mitre cut, and the main here to match. It just gives the sails a bit more strength, and it gives them a bit more, I think it gives them a bit more rigidity and strength when being sailed without a boom. So, because it does put the sail under a little bit of pressure. I have to say, the workmanship is great. It's just superb. The sails are beautiful. They feel amazing. The only bad thing about new sails is that they're a little bit crumbly and a bit hard. So when you're rolling them up and furling them, they do take time to sort of get a little bit loose, you know. But that's a small thing that is a small thing to worry about. I went with the mizzen. I went with the bog standard mizzen. No messing around, just mitre cut mizzen. I think the boat's got enough power in the mizzen when I'm flying that flying jib as it is. So I'm not going to get any bigger size mizzens. I'm not interested. It's got a couple of telltales on it here. Has it got some further up? No, just there. But actually, that's a nice touch as well. And yeah, and that's it really. Not much to see. Oh, both of these sails have a tie-up leech. So if the leech starts to flap at all, you can give them a tighten. So that's a really nice touch as well. Yeah, the floor's a little bit dirty here. I don't want to get them out too much. So I'm going to fold this back up. The main is much the same story. See, typically, once you've undone them, you can't get them... Oh God, the state of my floor. But typically, once you've got them out of the packet, you can't get them back in. The main, let me try and see if I can show you. The same again. I've gone for the standard main for the Mark II lugger, standard size. Mitre cut again. It's got the tighten up leech, which will be very useful on this one. Now, I didn't go for that high cut, the high peaked main that gives you a lot of extra power in the lugger. The reason is mainly that it has to be battened. It's called the batten roached main, and the battens hold the peak out. Otherwise, it's just going to flap. Now, if you've got battens in the sail, you can't get the sail, stowed away quickly. And for me, that's one of the reasons, one of the big things that a lugger has is this ability to furl all the sails away so quickly. And so, yeah, I think that was the last straw for me. The other one is everyone I know that's got that mainsail just isn't particularly pleased with it. I think what they find is they've got a lugger for a reason. They go and overpower the lugger and they don't like it, So you're probably better off spending that money on a smaller dinghy and going and having some fun, aren't you? That you can right if you capsize it. So standard main, the only difference between this and the one I've got, other than the mitre cut and the tightenable leech, is this has 2 reefs in it. So the first reef should be in the same position as the current reef. So the chocks on my gaff should be good for that. And I've got a further reef. So it's like a handkerchief, sail. Now, I am told that you don't need blocks at all on the gaff. I think if I'm going to try that, the gaff will be so low that we'll probably won't need blocks on it to tighten up the mainsail anyway. But if we do need blocks, what I may do is do what I saw on that little video when our failed attempt to Anglesey, around Anglesey. There was 2 luggers in that little mini marina that we went and had a look in the moorings there. And he just had a fair lead on his reefing points. And they just put the string through that. So I think that's what I'll do. But can't really do much until we get down to the boat. What I would like to do is get these down to the boat. We'll double check the sizing on them because not that we can do much about that now. And then we will, we'll see how she flies with them on next week. So this is my mizzen mast flag holder. Now, the way this works is that let's just remove these. I found it quite successful actually, just using these zip ties. This snaps onto the mizzen mast, and then either my flag or my anchor light will go into this. And it's been really successful actually. Last week we found that the flag was it wouldn't go in anymore and I couldn't get it out, so I had to bring the whole thing home. A week in this dry office and it's too loose. Look at that. So everything's contracted. I did measure this and I tried my light in this, and it's not the plastic, it's the wood that expanded. So what I'm thinking is this may expand over time on the boat again, but what I think we need to do is kind of secure this to something, because I think with like that, the flag's just going to fly out, isn't it? Now, we could permanently attach it. That's what this screw hole there is for, to just put a little screw in here and then it's firm in there. But when we're stowing the mizzen mast in the boat, I think it's going to make it too long to fit in the boat. And also it's just going to end up snapping this. So we do need to remove this. And also when we're on sea adventures, we need to be able to swap the flag out for the light as well. So we need a way of fastening it. So I've been looking at string and whatnot, but I think that the way I've decided to do this is like this. We're going to tie a knot. This is my elastic. we're going to tie we'll just do a granny knot actually. We don't need anything special in here. So we're going to do a little granny knot like that. And then this, I've only actually ever used 2 of these attachment points. So what we can do is actually use one of these attachment points like this. I won't zip it up right now, but like that, get that nice and tight. So that will hold this. Oh, let me get you closer. So that will hold this in there like that. And then all we've got to do is tie this off in a little loop and then put maybe a little fastener on here that will pull the flag in. So that's what we need to do. And I think, you know, we only need it sort of here, don't we? So if we literally draw off a little loop like this, I mean, I know a lot of people, they would tie this, wouldn't they? But I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to cut that off like that. Oh, nearly chopped the bit we want. Come here, you. These do need lighting on the edges, otherwise they will fray. And all we need to do now is make sure this has got a little bit of tension. Not, look at that, it will work quite well. But a little bit of tension is all we need. And we're going to put a little screw in here. So I'm going to find my stainless steel screws, and then we'll put a screw in there nice and gently. We need a little bit of tension, don't we? So it's going to be about like that. So I think there, just there. I'm going to have to just take that out of there. Yeah, I mean, it should be okay if we put the right length thread through this, hole through this. And then I'm just gonna, might not be the biggest hole in the world, that. Right, I haven't got my, oh, I have got my screwdrivers over here. Let's screw that in. I'm going to actually get some epoxy on the go. So that's actually, oh yeah, it's really secure. So now what I don't mind doing is just checking, actually, hang on, just checking that now fits. So I'm trying to do this without getting you in the camera. There we go. And that will now, whoopsie, that will now go like that over there. And it actually holds it in. But more importantly, to get that out is quite a challenge. So that's going to be pretty cool now. That's going to be fine. I like that. What I'm going to do is, well, I've got to epoxy in this little hole here. I was going to epoxy around this knot to stop it coming open, but I think that's going to be fine. So let's just zip tie this up. And I think where it naturally wants to go is sort of there. So let's put that there and that in there. So it's out of the way. There we go. Tighten that up. Cut that off. And there we go. So when we take it out and put it in, it's like this. And then, oh man, do you know what I've just realised? No, it doesn't matter. And then I was going to say, that's going to hold the flag like that. There we go. Now, I just thought, oh my God, I've got this the right way around. But I have. This just rotates around. So, look, this just rotates around on these here. So, yeah, that'll find its way. Just needs to be sort of the other way to that, doesn't it? Or this way round, that's it. So that's done. That's one little flag holder done. I've been meaning to do that for ages, and I'm really pleased with that. And that should be fine to go.